It's time now for our main event of the evening, and it should be an outstanding one. First, let's meet Fabrício Alagoinhas.
Há algum tempo no Brasil eu venho esperando por uma oportunidade no evento grande. Respeito muito meu adversário, o Pet Sabatini, mas eu vou testar ele em todas as formas, em todos os níveis do MMA e vou sair daqui com esse cinturão. I'm Fabrício Oliveira, Pet Sabatini. You are in a lot of trouble tonight.
And Fabrício Alagoinhas just giving the message to Pat Sabatini, you are in a lot of trouble tonight. And if Sabatini is in a lot of trouble, he could lose his light featherweight championship belt. This is for all the marbles here at CFFC 74 on UFC Fight Pass. Oliveira, Sabatini, and these Brazilian, just an unbelievable background, as we know.
You know, this whole entire night has been like a big violent banana split. This fight being the cherry on top.
Banana split.
Yes, absolutely. We've seen it all. We've seen submissions. We've seen knockouts. We've seen, decisions. We didn't know which way they were going to go. They were exciting. This fight, guarantee it's going to be exciting. Not a lot of people line up to fight Pat Sabatini. There's almost no upside. That's how good Pat Sabatini is. He's following in the footsteps of a guy like Sean Brady. Just so well-rounded. But here we go, out of all the contenders out there, we got a Brazilian steps up to the plate.
That's right. And
we don't know a whole lot about this guy. It's hard to find fight footage on him. What we do know, last 2 years, he's been undefeated. We know he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So is Pat Sabatini. Whose belt is blacker? We might find out tonight.
We shall. And he said you're in some trouble as Oliveira, as you mentioned, a couple of unanimous decisions and making the long trek over here from Brazil to Atlantic City. And he's looking for that title shot. But Sabatini on the other side, as we talked about, Cesar Balmaceda has the same thoughts. Balmaceda was hoping with a victory that he would get the call. Sabatini has been waiting for that call, and Fabrício Alagoinhas is always that opponent on the other side that says, don't forget about me, and it should be very intriguing to see what Fabrício Alagoinhas brings to this main event. Let's meet his opponent tonight, the champion, Pat Sabatini.
My opponent is from Brazil. His name is Fabrício Oliveira. He's very tough, jiu-jitsu guy, Muay Thai guy, but I feel like everything he does, I could do better, and there's no way he's going to take this opportunity from me. Been training a long time. I started at a young age. I've been upping my training through every fight, trying to improve from fight to fight. Just heard that I'm the main event instead of the co-main event. Spotlight's on. It's going to be a big show, and I'm ready to deliver.
That is Patrick Sabatini from Bristol, Pennsylvania. 10 wins and 2 losses. He won here at CFFC 71 back in December. A unanimous decision victory over Blackshear, another member of the Renzo Gracie Philly family, jiu-jitsu black belt.
Best walkout song in MMA. Hands down. Road Warriors.
Here we go. President's Cup winner, former Division I wrestler from up in Jersey's Rider University. A lot of training partners that you would be familiar with, CFFC fans and UFC fans. Paul Felder, Sean Brady. He trained Eddie Torres, who was a winner earlier today. They worked together. 6-fight CFFC veteran, 8 wins by submission in his career. And we mentioned that last win against Damon Blackshear via unanimous decision, a fight you and I called back in December. And he was very impressive, very technical in that win. And he's the kind of guy that, just as he mentions, Fabrício is very technical, but I'm better.
Yeah. Hard pressed to disagree. I think Pat is one of those guys who started training so young, does everything right. Strength and conditioning on point. his nutrition, what he puts into his body, supplement-wise, his jiu-jitsu, his striking, his wrestling, everything. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
Both guys 28 years old in this title fight. 5'7" for Oliveira, 5'9" for Pat Sabatini. Same weight, 2 inches extra for Pat Sabatini, 69 to 67. Should be a great featherweight title fight here at CFFC 74. It is our main event on UFC Fight Pass. Dr. Dave Sarnoff, let's meet the participants.
Tonight is the night we make history, and tonight is here. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the main event of the evening. This main event is scheduled for 4 5-minute rounds with a sudden death round if necessary for the CFFC Featherweight Championship of the World. This bout is sponsored by Hard Rock Atlantic City and Ciroc Ultra Premium Vodka. Celebrate life responsibly. Now, standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 145.2 pounds. Fighting for RC MMA out of Bahia, Brazil, Fabrício Alagoinhas Oliveira. Now, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 145.2 pounds. Fighting for MPR Endurance and Enzo Gracie out of Philly. Fighting out of Bristol, Pennsylvania, the current CFFC Featherweight Champion of the World, Pat Sabatini.
Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command. Let's keep this fight clean. Touch gloves if you like.
Referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Casper Oliver.
Sabatini, Oliveira for the title here at CFFC 74 UFC Fight Pass. Mike Gill, CM Punk set to bring you the action cage side. Sabatini in the black and lime green, Oliveira in the black.
You know, and to think all this started for Pat Sabatini when a bully stuck his head in a urinal. You know, it sounds funny, but that's a life-changing event. And he's turned that negative into a positive. He's turned into a very complete martial artist, and he's so young in the game still. Respectful, professional, smiles at his opponent. Like, you know, this is a sport to him.
He actually mentioned that he wants everyone in the world to know that he's extremely dedicated to the goals he has set out for himself in this MMA world, and he's got that belt, and he's hoping with a win tonight someone takes notice of not only the belt, but his record and all his accomplishments here at CFFC.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to him about UFC, and I think obviously he wants to be there. I think everybody should want to be there, but he also feels he knows. Oh, look at that! Oh, he's got a choke wrapped up here. Oliveira defending well. Pat dragging him down, using his weight.
Pat
Hell of an
into the
attempt.
cage, yes.
Almost in a ninja choke locked up. Pat now backed up against the fence, landing some hard elbows to the side of Oliveira's head. And Oliveira content just to hold him here, maybe throw a knee or two. Man, that choke was almost in.
Just couldn't sink it in all the way.
Look how calm Pat is.
Yes, very much so. Very determined look in his face,
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I really can't tell you there's another fighter that's more UFC ready. You know, Sean Brady, but he got the call. It's the same thing. These guys,
Knees.
something in the water out here in Philly. I don't know.
Yeah, Brady had that same look when we saw him here in February. Just very composed, didn't seem rattled at all at any moment.
Just both very young, both very experienced. You see Pat right here trying to trip. He gets behind Oliveira,
Big knee, Charlie horse.
and now it's a pick your poison. If you're Oliveira, he's doing the right thing. He's shot that underhook.
Good hook, yep.
Yep. But you see how well Pat does everything. He watches tape, he studies, eats, drinks, breathes, sleeps mixed martial arts.
Pat with a good base. Has Oliveira up against the cage, uses that knee.
And Pat can do this for 5 rounds.
.152 left in this first round. Sabatini and Oliveira. 4 5-minute rounds for this championship fight. Sudden death. 5th round if there's a draw.
And again, shucks Oliveira to the side.
Right hand. Lost his footing there, and Oliveira tried to turn him over. Sabatini with the block.
Now hits the switch, nice. Right back up to his feet. Stuffs the takedown of Oliveira.
But patiently, Sabatini just working the underhooks. Looks up, just kind of taking it all in.
Take a moment, breathe, look at your corner.
Good head placement by Sabatini up against the cage.
Again, trying to go for the trip. Always making his opponent think. Always making his opponent defend. Got to be on your toes. Tries an opposite side trip.
40 seconds to the right hand, connects to Oliveira. Sabatini just quickly fired that right hand shot. 30 seconds left in the first round. Sabatini, little right uppercut. .20 seconds left. Sabatini has had great placement, hand placement, head placement, and has just worked Oliveira up against that cage.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds remaining in this first round. You know, very technically sound, and obviously both guys still trying to feel each other out. Sabatini with maybe the better exchanges. Definitely had a good couple of submission attempts, was wrapping up the neck, was dragging his opponent to the ground.
Good first round for Pat Sabatini, the champion. And Oliveira, the challenger. Both of them had their moments, but Sabatini, as you mentioned, very patient, very technically sound, just looked so composed in a championship fight where you could have the jitters with, you know, fighting and knowing that your future's right in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. But he has such a tremendous corner. I don't think he has those jitters, and if he does, you know, he uses them to his advantage.
Fabrício Oliveira from Brazil.
Opting not to take the stool in between rounds. Tells you he's a well-conditioned athlete.
Pat Sabatini, seems still very composed in that corner as he comes out for the second round. After he told us that he fancies himself as a funny guy. He didn't look very comedic in that corner.
Second round action.
Referee wiping down Oliveira after his corner dumped a bunch of water on him. It's a little sneaky trick.
Round 2, Sabatini, Oliveira.
Man, this is such a great main event to cap off this night. This has clearly been a tremendous night of fights. Literally seen everything. And right there, you see a nice head kick. You got to watch out for everything when it comes to Sabatini.
Featherweight title on the line. Sabatini gets the leg, sweep. Right hand.
Nice elbow. He goes high, he goes low. Pat obviously wants to try to get this to the ground.
Fabrício, though, with just a good job of maintaining a base there, because that could have been costly.
Yep. You watch him to try to widen his base so Pat can't whip him to the ground like that. Pat's looking to get his hooks in right here. Or kick
Leg
out
sweep.
the leg.
Yep.
Yeah, you see right
Oh,
there.
the big. That kick landed, but Oliveira just got enough to block it.
Sabatini is just so fast.
Here comes another.
It's legitimately a chess matchup. You see, like, he's legitimately trying so many different techniques, so many different trips. And the only thing Oliveira can do is hand fight. You gotta break that hand grip first. Sabatini,
Trying to,
got it. Call this the backpack, and Sabatini's fighting to get that. You see how he just replaces?
yes,
He's
he
got
did.
it.
He switched his arms, and now he's got the hands locked.
He might have this underneath the chin right here, and he's squeezing with his legs. And
Look
there's
at
his
that.
tap. Second round finish for Pat Sabatini. If there's one criticism of this man, it has always been he rides out decisions. He doesn't have enough finishes, which is the most ridiculous thing you can possibly say. And right there puts away a very accomplished Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who has not lost in 2+ years. Pat Sabatini, your CFFC still featherweight champion of the world.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, when we say it's the proving ground, we mean it.
Sabatini had it locked and clinched it in for a championship victory for the featherweight title. He retains in our main event tonight in just impressive fashion, so deliberate, so patient. And when he got it sicked in, you talked about it, CM Punk, he had it with the right hand, he switched to the left and was able to get that submission moving from right to left as Pat Sabatini retains his featherweight title here at CFFC 74. And we just had a plethora of epic finishes in these last two. The main event, the co-main event, we had a back-to-back submissions. Joey Perotti earlier with maybe the knockout of the year you saw here at CFFC 74 on UFC Fight Pass. And that technical victory there by Pat Sabatini, he keeps the CFFC featherweight title around his waist in just a impressive victory over Fabrício Alagoinhas here at CFFC 74. And we'll find out, maybe, from CM Punk, what's next for Pat Sabatini. Let's go to Dr. Dave Sarnoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout was stopped at 1 minute 45 seconds in the second round. Winner by tap by way of the standing rear naked choke. Out of the red corner and still the CFFC featherweight champion of the world, Pat Sabatini.
And still CFFC featherweight champion of the world, but I have a sneaking suspicion that actually won't be for long. Certainly not because anybody's going to take that title from you. I've honestly never seen such a complete fighter, maybe since Sean Brady. I don't know. You can do everything. You can strike. You can grapple. You saw, ladies and gentlemen, this man just tap out a fellow Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I don't want to talk about what's next for you. I just want you to tell me how you're feeling. We all know what's next for you.
I feel great. The guy, Fabrício, very tough, very strong, great opponent. Hats off to him from coming all the way from Brazil, taking this fight. I have nothing but respect for him. I have the best coaches. I have the best teammates. They're my family. This one is for them. Thank you guys for all that you do. And thank you, RK Chevrolet, for the sponsorship. You're the best.
You got to get that in, brother. I want you and everybody else in this building to take a look at that big screen. I know we just saw it, but we're going to have this man. I'm assuming he can also do commentary because he can do everything else. Talk me through it.
Well, I seen him getting back up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try for this choke. It slid under the neck, and I just squeezed because I knew it was in.
Well, all right. There it is. You have a future in this sport, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else to say. Your featherweight champion, Pat Sabatini.
So Pat Sabatini retains the featherweight championship here at CFFC 74. What an epic night. A great finish there as Sabatini chokes out Fabrício Alagoinhas in the championship main event of the card on UFC Fight Pass. We saw